Hey guys, it's Fizz here, and I'm just here at the beginning of the video to just trigger warning for, anyone who this affects. Just a slight bullying in this video, and I felt uncomfortable writing it, so I'm sure people are gonna feel uncomfortable watching it. So if that triggers you or anything, I'll put the timestamps for that part, so heads up for anyone. But anyway, I hope you enjoy the story. Also, I have a lot of ideas for the story. I can't wait to write them because I'm also gonna have. I had a poll up actually. I had a poll up before to say what ship people wanted in the String of Faith series, and a lot of people said. Okay, first of all, a lot of people said Bokuto and Akashi, and I feel very bad because I don't think I can put them in the story for some reason. Like I just can't. Like this is just isn't the story for them. But I promise they will get their own story maybe one day. But yeah, for that series, I have a bunch of shit going on. But I know a lot of people want me to do AsaNoya, and I found a great way to integrate them into this story. So whoever likes AsaNoya, who doesn't? They're beautiful. I love them. But whoever doesn't like them, tough out of luck. I don't fucking know. But for everyone who loves them, I hope you enjoy them being part of the series. I hope you're all having a good day. Join the Discord if you want. Links are in the description. But other than that, I hope you enjoy.
Kenna rolled over to turn off her alarm clock and groaned. Another week of school and she honestly rather ferment in her bed all day than go get tortured at school again. But after a few minutes of contemplating her life, she decided to get out of bed before she got a mouthful from her parents. What am I going to do next year when Kuru isn't there? I'll have no reason to even get out of bed anymore. School will be so boring. Ah, that's so sweet of you, Kenna. Kenna quickly looked around her room, frightened by the voice that talked back to her. The voice chuckled, then called out to her. Look out your window, Dumby. Kenna made her way to her window and looked out to see Kuru in the house beside her getting changed. I feel so touched. It's going to be sad without you in high school. Shut up. Don't do that, you idiot. You scared the crap out of me. But it was so funny. And you're so cute. I'm going to break your neck. Also close your blinds when you're getting changed, you dumbass. You don't know when a perv is looking. Your house blocks the view, so the only perv who's looking at me is you. Shut up, you're the one who called me over. I'm not looking on purpose. If anything, you're the one who wants me to look. Kenna averted her eyes as Kuru slipped off his pants. Okay, now you're doing it on purpose. I'm convinced you want me to see you change. What are you talking about? I would never do such a thing. I'm leaving you, perv. You better be outside in 40 minutes or I'm leaving without you. While still looking away, Kenna closed her window and blinds so she as well could get changed, but she could still hear Kuru chuckle from the other side of the window. What a dumbass. Kenna rummaged through her clothes trying to find her school uniform. She pulled out a blouse and skirt and stared at these for a while before she just stuffed them back in her dresser. Whatever I wear, I always get picked on, so I should at least wear something I'm more comfortable with. Because regardless, people just don't like me anyways. Finally, she found what she was looking for, Kuru's old school pants and sweater that he had lent her when they got too small on him. Why is he allowed to be super tall, but I can't even grow past 5 feet 6 inches? They're still big on me despite getting taller. Whatever, it's better than wearing a skirt, that's for sure. She stared at herself in the mirror once she was done, but despite liking the outfit, something was still bothering her. I can still see them. She pressed on the sweater trying to flatten her breasts with no luck. Despite her being thin, she still developed a small but visible chest and she despised it. This isn't fair. Why did I have to be cursed? I can't just hold my chest down all day, people would think I'm weird. Not like they already don't. She sighed and gave up, there was no way she could hide it. Instead, she decided to have the worst posture imaginable in an attempt to hide her chest. This is how I develop arthritis. But anything to look flat. After some breakfast and gathering her things before being blocked at the door. Yes. Where do you think you're going? School. Don't play dumb with me. What are you wearing then? That isn't your uniform. It's Kuru's old uniform. He grew out of it, so he lent it to me. Why would he lend you this? You have a perfectly fine uniform we just bought you. You look so sloppy in this. Go get changed. This is perfectly fine. You look homeless, Kenna. No way I'm having my daughter leave the house dressed like a mess. So get changed before I get mad. But I'm going to be late. Kenna, go get changed. You did this to yourself. Kenna's ears rang as he repeated her name. You should have just worn your regular clothes. There was no reason to have to look like this. Okay, I get it. So hurry up and don't be late. Kenna sighed and rushed back up to her room. She felt like crying, but held it back as she slipped on her uniform and stuffed the other clothes into her bag. Whatever, I'll just get changed at school. This is just a waste of both our times. I hope Kuru's not too mad that I'm late. Kenna rushed out the door as her parents waved goodbye and made her way to Kuru's house beside hers. We're going to be late. Calm down, I'm right at the door, just let me put on my shoes, cutie. Kuru, get your ass out here. I was late and you still managed to be slower than me. Sorry kitten. I can't deal with you this morning. Also don't call me that. I'm just teasing you, Kenna. Kuru opened the door to see Kenna wearing his big hoodie on top of her uniform. Aren't you going to die of heat in that thing? It's fine, I'm cold anyways. Well then maybe you should cover up your legs, they're literally the most exposed thing in your body right now. That comment made Kenna self-conscious and all she wanted to do was get into a hole and die right then and there. I know. Speaking of which, didn't I give you my old pants and a sweater because you said you were cold? You could have worn those to school today. Did you forget to wash them? No. My dad told me I couldn't wear it. Why not? He said I looked like I'm homeless. But I brought them in my bag so I can change at school later. Well, we're not completely late right now. Do you want to get changed in my house? You can also leave your other clothes here too, it would be a pain to carry then all day. But we're going to be late. Don't worry, we can always just run to school. So go now before we literally don't have time. Quickly Kenna rushed inside the house and locked herself in Kuru's room to change. She left the other clothes in his bed and rushed out the front where he and Kuru rushed to school. Do you feel better now? You looked so miserable before. Now you're looking so cheerful and cute. I am, thank you for letting me change. Don't worry Kenna, it's the least I could do to help out. You already do so much for me. Thank you Kuru. No time to get emotional right now, let's get to school before we're late. As they walked down the street, Kuru glanced down at his best friend, then down at their wrists. Both of them had covered up their names every day since the beginning. No one knew who's on their wrists except for them. No matter how much Kuru tried to nag Kenna about it, she wouldn't budge and show him, and neither would he. Kuru felt ashamed by the name on his wrist, he didn't want to tell anyone what it said. But quickly he pushed his thoughts away and came back to reality. Kenna. Yeah. You look really tired right now. Have you not gotten any sleep again? I slept fine. The bags under your eyes are so bad. Plus I saw your PC light up your room all night. Kenna, you know you can't lie to me. Then why ask if you know the answer? I mean, I got off at 2 a.m. That doesn't mean you actually slept afterwards. Well, technically I did sleep last night. My body gave out and knocked me unconscious by 3 a.m. I think. That's because it was sleep deprived. Your body had to force you to get rest. Please Kenna, I'm begging you, please get more sleep. You should call me when you're not able to sleep, I'll come stay over the night. You really think coming over is going to help? I'm just going to make you not get any sleep. Nope, I'd force you to sleep. I have to, it's getting really bad Kenna. You can force me onto my bed, but there's no way you'll get me to fall asleep. Maybe if I'm there you'll feel better. I just want to help, I kinda feel useless seeing you not feeling well. Not that you have to tell me what's bothering you, but I should at least be there to help in any way I can. Kuru, I said you already do a lot of me, please don't burden yourself more with my problems. It's not a burden, but if you insist then. Please burden me more, if that makes you feel even a little better I'll do anything. It makes me feel horrible to burden you. Don't worry Kuru, I'll be alright, this is only a passing phase anyways. I promise. I don't care if it is or isn't, you still need to deal with it. And judging by the painful expression in your face, I don't think you're really sure if it's a phase. I promise it's just temporary. And if it's not, are you just going to let it eat away at you? I don't even know what it is that's bothering you. So how can you promise me anything? I guess I'm promising to myself then. You'll see, I'll be fine. Kenna, please tell me if it gets really bad, I don't want you to struggle alone. Kuru looks utterly defeated. Hey, don't look at me like that, I'll be fine. I don't care, I'm coming over tonight. You need to sleep too, idiot. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine. Kenna, you barely get any sleep anymore, how can I not worry? Hey, at least I got some sleep last night. That's because your body desperately wanted you to sleep. That's it. I'm staying over tonight, finally verdict. You're just going to make me want to stay up longer. We'll play video games all night. Nope. By 9 p.m. I'm forcing you to sleep. You can try, but I'm still not going to sleep. But why not? Kenna, what's been bothering you? Why can't you sleep? It's nothing honestly. It's just a passing phase. I'll get over it soon. What do you mean? It's been happening for months now. You keep saying it's just a passing phase, but are you sure about that? Or do you want it to just be a passing phase? Kenna looked down at her feet as they walked inside. For some reason she felt so ashamed, but she didn't know why. Your face says it all, Kenna. I know it does. I'm just very confused. I don't know why I'm feeling like this. I just know I don't feel right. Do you want to talk about it? You don't have to if you don't want to, just know I'm here for you, Kenna. I know. But I don't want to talk about it. You'll think I'm weird. Hey, don't worry about it, we'll figure it out together. I'll see you at practice, Kenna. With that, Kenna waved goodbye to him and forced a smile. She didn't want to bother Kuru with her problems, but it ate at her constantly. Kenna arrived at her locker and grabbed her clothes for PE before heading to class in a sour mood. From changing with the girls to being absolutely alone in class made her miserable. I'm running late, everyone would be there by now. I don't want to change in front of them all. Kenna felt self-conscious changing around the girls, or anyone for that matter. Kenna contemplated being late for class for the chance to be alone in the changing room, but as she did so she passed by the guys' washroom and stopped. I could get changed in here, no one's allowed out of class right now. Kenna entered the washroom as her heart raced, but thankfully no one was inside and she entered a stall to change. I miss Kuru, we can't have lunch together now since he's a senior. And I'm stuck doing PE. Maybe he'll come and watch me again, at least then I'll have someone to talk to. Kenna absolutely hated PE, but most of the time Kuru would come watch her and maybe participate since all the gym teachers loved him. People would think I'm a perv if they saw me now. It's so nerve-wracking being in here, but at the same time I feel comfortable. Kenna exited the stall and quickly washed her hands before trying to exit. As she opened the door it swung open and 3 guys she knew all too well pushed her back inside. Well, look what the cat dragged in. Sorry, I was just leaving, I realized I was in the wrong washroom. You really think we're that stupid? We saw you enter 5 minutes ago, you were completely aware of what you were doing. No, I was just finding a place to change. Are you blind? Did you not see the sign when you walked in? I guess I was in a rush and I didn't notice. Kenna backed herself into the end of the washroom while the 3 of them approached her. I don't think we beat you hard enough the last time. You don't understand. He grabbed her hair. You're a girl, act like one. You just never learn, do you? No one going to love you when you look like a. Guys, I was just trying to find a place to change for gym. It was honestly just a slip up. She tried arguing with them, but it just made them angrier. Just change with the girls then, you're one of them. Unless you still think you aren't, in which case you need us to remind you again. No. No matter how much effort you put in, you'll always be a girl. Nothing can change then. You'll never be a guy, you weirdo. I never said I wanted to be one, this was just a big mistake. Kenna had heard it all before, but still it hurt every time they said it. She felt like crying, but she thought they were right, something was wrong with her. You don't have to say anything, I've seen weirdos like you. Sadly no one seemed to have made them understand they're delusional. I'm not like them. Especially with titties like these, no one's going to believe you, they'll just think you're delusional. As he spoke he reached for Kenna's chest, but quickly she panicked, slapping his hand away and kicking him in the leg, making him fall down. Another one of them took a swing at her, but she quickly ducked and curled up into a ball as she started to sob. Look at the little girl crying. You're defenseless without Kuru. I feel bad he has to put up with you. Imagine what he would think if he knew the real you. A disgusting, delusional, lowlife. Just be normal for once, you wouldn't want to give Kuru bad rep because he's friends with you. You're so insensitive. You always have to do this, Kuru is so far up your league. If it was that easy I wouldn't be in this mess, you dumbasses. I don't want to burden Kuru more, I just want him to be left out of this. How about we lend you a hand then? Sometimes people like you need to be reminded, but it doesn't seem like it's getting through to you. Perhaps you need a tougher lesson. Kenna curled up in the corner sobbing and didn't say a word as they pulled at her hair and kicked at her legs and stomach. She's experienced this all before, she was numb to it at this point, it was honestly their words that hurt the most. Suddenly the door to the washroom flung open and the 3 of them scattered out the room without a second thought. The person who entered turned the corner and stood there at the entrance in shock. Kenna looked up and despite her blurry vision she knew exactly who stood there. I'm sorry. What happened? Kuru rushed to her side and knelt down as he examined her bruised arms and legs. Kenna, what did they do to you? Nothing, I'll be fine. I just tripped. Kenna, don't pull that bullshit on me. I could hear them kicking and stomping from outside. They're just bruises, they'll go away, I promise. Kenna, I'm not stupid, I know they do, but why did they do this? I thought you were friends with those guys. Were they picking on you all this time? Why didn't you tell me anything? Did they do anything else to you? Kenna kept on sobbing, she didn't really understand what Kuru was saying, she was just absolutely mortified that Kuru had to see her like this. Kenna. Kuru stopped nagging her with questions and sat on the floor before pulling Kenna closer to him. It's okay, I'm here now. They won't hurt you anymore, I promise, I won't let them lay a hand on you. I'll make them pay. Kuru. Yeah, I'm sorry. You don't need to apologize, Kenna, nothing's your fault. It is. Why can't I be like everyone else? I just want to be normal. I love you just the way you are, Kenna, you don't need to change a thing, they're just cruel. I love you too. But they're right. No they aren't. Kenna, tell me whatever is bothering you, I want to help you. If I tell you you'll hate me just like them. I don't want to lose you. There's no way anything you say is going to make me like you any less. I'll say it a million times if I have to. I love you just the way you are, and if others can't see your worth then they don't deserve your time. Thank you. But you're just saying that.